my channel. Today we are going to be making a chocolate cake with coffee frosting. So for all my coffee lovers out there, this one is for you. A few things before we get started. As always, the measurements are going to be listed below in the description box as well as up in the corner here for you to follow along easily. And if you'd like to print out the recipe, you can do so at my website, which is BuonaBakes.com. Now, let's get started with the ingredients you will be needing for this recipe. First and foremost is butter and granulated sugar, instant coffee, eggs, which you'll be needing 3 eggs and 1 egg yolk, so in total 4 eggs, vanilla extract, all-purpose flour, cocoa powder, baking powder, and then for the frosting you will also be needing butter, sweetened condensed milk, instant coffee, and water. Let's get started. Okay, so first off we're going to preheat the oven to 355 degrees Fahrenheit and line our loaf pan, which today I am using my handy dandy 9x5 loaf pan. Okay, so we're going to set this aside and start working on the dough. All right, we're going to start off with a medium to large sized bowl. We're going to cream together the butter and sugar and the instant coffee as well. So here we have 1.5 sticks of butter, and this should be at room temperature, so I just put it in my microwave for a little bit to soften it up. Next you'll add in 3/4 cups of granulated sugar. And then a teaspoon of instant coffee. And now we're going to mix this all together for about 3 to 5 minutes. All right, so once you're done mixing, your dough should look like this, which if you've seen my previous videos, we call this a very thick peanut butter texture and consistency. So now we're going to be adding in 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Oops. If you spill it, it's okay. A little extra vanilla never hurt. And then we're going to mix that in and add the eggs one at a time. And we're going to mix after each addition following this. So mix this together. Now we're going to add in our eggs one at a time. So you will be needing 3 eggs and 1 egg yolk. So after each egg that you add in, you're going to mix. So that's 1. And then egg number 2. And egg number 3. Your dough is going to get really runny as you do this, but once you put the dry ingredients in, it'll turn out fine. Cracked open my yolk by accident, but just 1 yolk, and then give it a final good mix. Next we will be adding in the dry ingredients, starting with 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. Followed by 6 tablespoons of cocoa powder. And 6. And then lastly, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. And of course, give it a good mix. All right, and when you're done, it should look like this, nice and thick, luscious, smooth dough. All right, we'll set that aside and get our prepared pan. Since this is a rather thick dough, I'm going to use my spatula to spoon it in here. All right, I'm just going to take my spatula and smooth out the top so it's one even layer. Okay, so we are going to just pop this in the oven for about 40 to 45 minutes. Again, with it being chocolate, just be mindful, watch it maybe a little bit, but you'll know it's done when you insert a toothpick or a skewer and it comes out clean. All right, the cake is done. Came out perfectly clean with the toothpick. So we're gonna let this cool off to the side, and as it cools, we're gonna work on the frosting. So starting off with the frosting, we have 1 stick of butter, which is softened to room temperature. In this bowl, I have half a teaspoon of hot water, and to it, we're going to add in 1.5 teaspoons of the instant coffee. So that you get a really nice strong coffee flavor in the frosting. All right, so we're gonna set this aside and come back to our bowl of butter. We're just gonna mix this until it's light and fluffy. Next, I'm going to be adding in 4 ounces of sweetened condensed milk, which I've actually had chilling in the fridge while the cake was baking. The recipe says to have it cold. I've never actually made frosting with sweetened condensed milk this way, so I'm very interested in see how it turns out. And we're gonna mix this together. I'm gonna scrape down the sides here, just make sure that I get all of the butter incorporated into it, and then you're not gonna get like a a chunk of butter in your mouth. And lastly, we're going to add in the coffee and give it a good mix. Well, that's not good. Seems to have separated on me. Rude. And I don't know why. I mean, it tastes nice. It doesn't look very good. I'm just gonna beat it into submission. Which may not be the best thing to do, but oh my god, I think it's working. Wait. I think it's working. Hold on. It's so confusing because when it's spread like that, that's the consistency and texture that I want. This still looks separated, but that's what I want. So how is it both at the same time? We're just gonna go with it. Okay, so our cake is still actually kind of hot, so I'm gonna take it out of this so it can cool a little bit more. All right, y'all, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up by hitting that like button. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel and follow BuonaBakes on Instagram and TikTok. And of course, let me know what you think of this recipe in the comments. I'd love to know how it turned out for you. See you in the next one. Bye.